number 1, Team Europe to break.
Sanchez Ruiz to get his first ever Mosconi Cup doubles match underway, playing with good friend David Alcaide, but it looks dry.
The breaking conditions have been a bit tricky to start, Carl, yeah?
Yeah, I think this is the whole purpose of, you know, the break box and the 9 on the spot.
Nice to see a bit more of a tactical game.
Oscar Dominguez looked all right in the team point. Come with the goods. The legend, Earl the Pearl Strickland. He was desperate to win his rack. It was a good effort, wasn't easy.
Yeah, those side pockets look awfully tight. Don't believe the 2 goes past the 3. Maybe he can go rail first and off the 3, Carl. Hard to tell.
Yeah, we're just having a look at that 2 ball again. It just seemed to bounce off both jaws. Nicely done there from Alcaide.
Thoughts here?
Well, I mean, of course he can pot the ball, but the cue ball's just going no man's land, isn't it? It's just crashing into balls. The pink 4 and the 9 is tied up. I don't believe there's a combo on Nick. It's going towards that side pocket, isn't it? The 4
does look close.
Yeah, I mean, maybe there's something going on there at some point. We'll have to take a look.
Aquí le puedo defender.
Oh, nicely struck there.
Yeah, I mean, he played the bank shot, purposely sending the cue ball up the table. I presume he was playing to play some sort of safety, but they're having a good look at this combo into the side. No, it's the safety shot, I believe, that's going to be coming up. There you see, he's just going off the edge, trying to get a good cue ball.
Nicely struck there from Alcaide.
Play the 9.
This is going to be no good for USA. Hit the jump shot all wrong.
Try to bank and hold the cue ball. Double kiss.
Yeah, apologies there if you heard any bad language. The 5 and the 7 look like they're a dead combo, and once David gets past this little issue, the balls are all going to be sat there.
Perhaps a hair awkward here, Carl. You follow down to the bottom rail and out.
Yeah, that gives you a better look, doesn't it? You can just see he's just got to make it. So I believe you're correct in what you're saying.
No issues there.
Yeah, held it nicely, but I know what you mean, Nick. He could have tried to go forward and come back out with the
Thought it was a touch thinner, yeah. These two are very close. Sanchez Ruiz and Alcaide play together all the time, train together all the time. Sanchez Ruiz has had such an incredible year. Nice to see him out there in the Mosconi for the first time.
Yeah, I think what these two will do in this match, they will treat it as if it's a World Cup of pool doubles match at the end of the day. Forget about the crowd, forget about the scoreline. They'll just go back into this as if it's just another Scotch doubles match.
And the Spanish contingent seals rack 1. What a big rack it is. This crowd is naturally insane. I never ceases to amaze me just how rowdy these crowds get. I mean,
yeah, you're right. It can be a little daunting out there.
It's a bit. I mean, we have our mics turned all the way up the headset. I could barely hear you, pal. Look at Earl there. Perhaps an early equipment change. Do we have going on, Carl? What's he doing over here?
Yeah, he's changing the shaft, isn't he? Something's going on, and we know from the press conference he was saying he plays with a 15mm tip, which is, that's just wild. A standard tip would be around 12mm, 12.5. Someone like Joshua Filler uses 11mm, so that just shows you, doesn't it?
It's quite interesting. I know Earl is such a keeps a keen eye on the equipment over the years. He's very invested in the tips, ferrules, millimeter, length, so on. He was talking about his shoes at the presser, so let's get a little window into Strickland's mind. Set to break here.
Current scores 1-0 in favor of Earl.
Noted to break from the box as well. The break within the white lines.
Where's the 9 ball? Where's the 9 ball? Is he going to make it? It stayed over the pocket. He was desperate for the early rack, but I think when he turns around and has a look at the table, he'll be slightly happy because at least he's not left a 1-9 combo. Earl Strickland, he's tall. He must be coming at this event about your height. He's got the platform shoes on.
He's a big fella. Always an interesting predicament to generate a push out when the 9 is hanging, isn't it, Carl?
Yeah, so this is a dicey position now.
Maybe he makes the 9 and tries to leave something awkward on the 1. A weird spot.
Yeah, would you like rolling the cue ball down there though and trying to make it difficult?
15 segundos, Fran.
Team USA, your option.
Oscar may look at...
I know it sounds crazy, but I like kicking at this 2 rails and playing the carry.
He took the words right out of my mouth.
Because if I play for it, I'm not leaving you anything unless I play you for the cross-side combination.
You got it.
All right.
Very interesting here. We heard Oscar allude to trying to kick 1-2 beneath the 1. Perhaps careen off it and make the 9 in the side.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was going to say when the balls ended up there. And
Carambola.
he's just got to make sure he hits the 1.
Right.
You know what I mean? This is not easy, but what he's trying to do is go 2 rails, the cue ball off the left side of the rail, flick a piece of the 1 ball, and he feels the cue ball will go into the 9. If you miss the 1, you've lost the rack. Oh, I've had 100 tries at that. You would never, ever miss the 9 ball. I'll give you 100 goes at that. That is absolutely unbelievable.
That is unreal. It really is. I hit that ball perfect. So sick. It is.
Here's another look. Just look at that.
Yeah, you can really see from this vantage point how incredible that is, Carl. Extension called. Saving grace, of course, leaving them behind the purple 5, but
yeah, of course, when it's all said and done, he didn't make the 9. And
can he draw off the one with some low right, a kind of power kick draw, or is that not a shot?
Well, maybe Shane can. He did a similar shot, didn't he, with the bridge in the team match. You can see the blue 2 ball is impeding Earl's cue action, so that makes this pot a lot harder.
Indeed, a very nervy rack with the 9 just hanging in the jaws like that.
No extensions left.
We don't?
No.
Earl in the end got a little bit lost out there, didn't he, with the shot clock? And
yeah, it looked like it snuck up on him a bit.
Yeah, he was worried about the 9 ball, and in the end it just turned into somewhat of a bit of a hit and hope. And now you would think Sanchez is good here. He's playing the 1 onto the 9 for a quick rack.
Yeah.
Quick rack it is, Carl.
So the Spanish duo going nicely here.
Yeah.
It's a funny little rack, that one, just because of where the 9 ball ended up.
Yeah.
And you always felt at some point someone was going to win the rack with a combo or a kick shot, just because you always fancy chasing that type of shot. But if you cast your mind back to Oscar, it was so unlucky the way he played the kick and missed the 9.
It was unlucky, and great creativity from Oscar there, just seeing the shot. I know you saw it right away as well, but a pretty slick move there. Alcaide set to break. Note the 9, note the 1 hanging in the corner, and you can hear it from this American crowd, Carl. They like to see that down 2-0.
Yeah, they do, because this is going to be another quick rack. A little sloppy from the referee there. Got to make note of that. Got to try and get the balls touching. If you don't, you can often see that 9 ball squeeze towards the corner. The referees are under pressure because of this.
It was a bit of a squeeze, wasn't it? That'll do it. The crowd goes wild, Carl. Look at these guys. Alcaide not enthralled that the 9 ball hung up in the pocket, as you said. See Oscar help the ref out. A little chat here. I believe we'll go to break, Carl. 2-1 Europe.
You can't change in the middle of the game.
As they peruse the balls and the teams converge. Lately involved as well. Steyer talking about it. Bit of a discussion about the rack here, Carl.
We're not supposed to talk directly to them. We talk to them and they talk to you.
Oh, yeah, okay.
This is interesting.
Yeah, so what they're doing is they're just discussing the rack. This is what I was alluding to. You've got to get the 2 balls behind, touching,
I tell them that they should.
So they're having a discussion. Of course, this is
maybe you get a warning.
well and good.
If you get a warning, then we know.
Yeah.
But the thing is, the rack is not perfect, so soft break doesn't work.
Yeah.
No work.
Yeah.
I think speed and control cue ball.
Control the cue ball. It's to our advantage. Tight pockets.
Lady alluding to maybe hit him a little harder with the current balls. The way they're breaking, we're going to cut to a quick break. We'll be back 2-1 Europe.
Oh, of course.
Look at the winning shot here in rack 3 from the Pearl. Carl cutting it to 2-1.
Yeah, it was a kind leave.
Indeed it was.
Europe.
Dominguez set to break.
Yet to see players figure this break out. We've had discussions from the referee and the captains. That's because they don't want the 9 ball moving towards the corner. And this is the beauty of this new break format. We're seeing more pool. We're seeing the balls a little awkward, which means you've got to come with some more shots.
I'm hitting them as hard as I can.
Absolutely, it's quite interesting. Nicely prophesized from Carl. Often in big professional tournaments, you see the corner ball fly in, the one fly in the side. Here, a bit more of a tactical start.
Okay, you could see a piece of that one ball. So this is not too bad. Ruiz has just got to stay still and pot the ball. 3 balls over the top left corner, the red 3 ball that is. And then from there, it's just a case of connecting the dots. This is Sanchez Ruiz's first real open tester.
Oh, and a tester it was. Does slide in.
Yeah, new balls, new cloth. These are 4-inch pockets. They're tight. Earl Strickland has said these are the tightest pockets he's played in tournament pool. Not a great shot from David. He'd have liked to have.
Yeah, he came up a bit short on the 2 and a bit short here. Perhaps he's getting acclimated to the speed. A little bit of a tester here. Nicely done there, Carl.
Yeah, he's back in prime location now. This is where the boys want to be. All nice, natural little angles. From the 6 to the 7, the brown 7, it's all going to be about getting your playing partner on that nice natural angle on the black 8 ball. You don't want to start leaving the 8 a little thin and long. So this is the shot coming up now. I mean, they're okay. Just trying to pick apart the rack.
Nicely said, though. It's easy sometimes to take these for granted. And the balls are right next to each other. But, of course, a game of angles and a game of inches, as they say.
15 segundos todavía.
Perhaps a little bit close for comfort there. Sliding just underneath the 9.
Yeah, he wanted to get Francisco closer to the 8. He didn't just want to leave it a little long and then put his buddy under the gun. This is just nice.
Europeans here, Carl. Some European fans here.
Yeah, the Europeans are making some noise. You can certainly hear them. Big discussions happening in Camp Europe. Not much going on in Camp USA. What a feeling for Sanchez playing his first ever Mosconi Cup in Las Vegas.
He sounded very excited at the press conference and kind of just sounded happy to be here, excited to be here. It's important in these big pressure situations, isn't it, Carl? You've been there yourself many times.
Yeah, and I think a lot of the times you can get a little bit lost in the week, in the moment, and then when it's gone, you kind of forgot what's gone on, and it's easier said than done. But you've got to enjoy being out there competing, sat in your chair. Don't take it too serious, if that makes sense.
They're struggling too. Might have to just spin the hell out of it.
Little break discussion from Oscar and Earl there. Let's see if Sanchez Ruiz can kind of solve the break, so to speak. Keep an eye on the 1 always.
You know the break's tough when he is struggling with the break because he's one of the best breakers on tour. So.
There you go.
Also on day 1 of any event, the break always comes a little slow. You know, the players don't seem to really start to figure things out till day 2. Push out from USA. If you're tuning in for the first time, after the break, the incoming player can always play a push out, and that means you can roll the cue ball wherever you want. You can even pot a ball.
Would imagine they'll be taking this and trying to jump it in.
Yeah, and as you said, Nick, so what Nick was alluding to there is Team Europe could have played this shot, but they didn't fancy it, so they get it back to Strickland. Strickland's kick in off the side. Two rails, kick, and stick the cue ball dead. What a shot from Earl the Pearl Strickland.
Beautiful execution. As you said, Carl, kick and stick. He did play to just stop the cue ball right there after going off both rails.
Esa la tiras tú muy bien ahí, flojita, ¿eh? Y la blanca te va a salir por aquí y tenemos el 8 ahí de eso. 15 segundos, ¿eh?
David will try to return the favor.
Eso es.
Nicely done there. Great touch from Alcaide. Note how soft he hit that. Did leave him a little bit of a view, though, to the left side of the one.
Well, you could see a piece of it. The cue ball just rolling onto the purple 5 has changed his shots.
Very much so. What do you like here, Carl?
Well, I don't like a great deal. I won't. Just potting the ball.
Let's play for the bank?
Yeah, I mean, if you're going to play the pot, you can't start forcing these shots in, so you've got to roll the ball in. And then from there, yeah, maybe the bank on the 2. Safety looks a little awkward and all, so maybe he's going to have to just try and roll this one ball in the corner. Oh, he played the pot, didn't he? But didn't even hit the jaw. It was an absolute mile away. A little fortunate where he's left the one, you know, that sometimes they can come up and end up over the side pocket.
Yeah, it's possible he kind of leaned to overcut it, but as you said, Earl, trying to stick him behind the 7 does get him on the 5. Bit of a nip and tuck to start this 5th rack.
He's kicking. He's kicking. He's kicking.
No rolls.
Kicking off this back rail. He's going up towards the 2. He's going to need a bit of fortune. Yeah, it's not bad. It's not bad for both teams, really. It's one of them. He's left a combination, but there's distance, so it's not easy.
Very hard shot, Carl was saying. So much distance between the cue ball and the 1 and such tight pockets.
Yeah, you want to shoot this ball, don't you?
Earl.
But
what do you think?
You call timeout?
I have an extension.
Okay. You didn't call it.
Extension.
Extension, please.
Oscar will talk it over.
If I try to bank the 1 here, I might double kiss out there. I don't want to. Rather just go for the combo nice and smooth. What do you see?
You don't like playing safe? It's going to hit the 7. Go ahead, shoot. Hurry up.
They have to mind the clock, Carl.
I think in the Mosconi Cup, these type of safety shots, you've always got to just try and get the cue ball tight, haven't you? Make your opponent come with a good shot. Make them work for it. Don't just sell out.
18 segundos, tranquilo.
Does appear he's taking this one on.
shot there.
Shot there.
Very nicely cued.
Might have left David a hair flat on the 2 where he might have to just draw straight back as opposed to being able to punch off the side rail or the top rail. But let's see. Might be able to follow 2 rails out as well. Nicely done there. Quite a bit trickier than it looks.
David's cue sounds very tinny to me.
Doesn't it have a, it does have a bit of a tink.
Yeah, he must be using a really hard tip because it's got an awful sound to it, almost like the brake tip when you break the balls.
Notice that as well. Watch the 8, does slide in. The 6 and 8 appear to tie up, though. A little bit of saving grace for the Americans, perhaps.
It's a bit of a trait of Francisco's game. Sometimes he plays certain shots and it's like what I call the slow death. You think he's missed and you're about to get out your chair and it falls in and you're like devastated.
Playing for the combination, perhaps.
It's a good shot. They can be tricky going up past them side pockets.
Do you draw to the side rail and try to maybe nestle behind the 8, or do you just focus on pocketing the 9 here, Carl?
I like that. It's not just poker you're good at, Nick, is it? You know the shots, buddy.
Take it easy, pal.
That's what he's saying. What Nick's saying here is he can play the combination and try and get the cue ball welded onto the black 8 ball.
Oh, heart of the pocket. Beautifully done there from Sanchez Ruiz, 4-1, and they're fired up, Carl.
Yeah, you're right. They are fired up. They've got to be fired up because they're losing 1-0 in the Mosconi Cup. They lost a team point, which seems to be a bit of a theme over the last few years. But they're looking good here. It's 4-1 Europe.
Another look at this beautifully struck combination. Heart of the pocket. Does keep an eye on the cue ball as well. Earl and Oscar talking things over.
I can't believe I didn't make that carom. That's all good. Just like, that was unreal. Unreal. Just like the rolls are going against us.
Oscar still bemoaning the carom. That was a long shot to kick 2 rails, hit the 1, and hit it so thinly that you missed the 9. But we have to move forward. Perhaps they can mount a charge. Strickland set to break. Quite amazing how few balls have been pocketed on the break thus far.
Well, you heard the legend, didn't you?
Yeah, I'm breaking 10 ball next game.
I mean, out in the middle.
Huh? Right in the middle. Just crush them.
Head on.
Just crush them. Maybe the 1 ball comes out here in the corner.
Oscar alluding
it's worth a shot.
Possibly changing his break strategy to a 10-ball style break where you put the cue ball dead in the center and just kind of hit him, crush him, as he said.
Esa es muy buena, ¿eh? Esa es muy buena.
Good speed here.
Yeah, it was good speed. Speed's a little easier at 4-1.
Nice flush contact. 1 coming down towards the 3-7. Looks like he hasn't left anything too clear.
Well, it's near the 9 ball, isn't it? It's something lurking. There's a big shot about to come up.
que la defensa...
Está muy fácil, lo que tú veas. ¿Tú quieres tirar el salto, con el de salto, jugar?
Extension.
¿Con el de romper la tira o con el otro?
Con el de romper.
Toma.
Ay, bueno, déjame que la mía.
Esa tiza, toma. $20 segundos, tranquilo, Fran. Asegúralo.
He's having a look at this, isn't he?
10 segundos.
Indeed he is.
Balls are going to move.
He tried to make that ball, didn't he, Carl?
Oh, balls are moving.
Vale, vale.
On a window for the Americans.
Earl navigating round the table. He's got to get up for this 2-ball. Here's the cue ball. It's there.
And nicely struck there from Earl. Yeah, Oscar was just a hair flat, tried to manufacture the angle. Bit of a tester here for the Pearl. One of the great shot makers of all time, of course. Not that time, no, Carl.
My bad.
You should have followed that. That's all right.
They're not easy, them shots. And I don't suppose they get any easier the older you get.
Solo meter, Fran.
What a chance now for Europe to tie the cup up.
No fuerza la tonera.
And Sanchez Ruiz, the world #1 ranked player on the 9-ball rankings, the rookie in this year's event, he's got to stay still on this one.
Perfecto, Fran. Venga, torero, va.
Does appear something of a formality, but nothing is preordained on this equipment. Again, so tight, snooker-esque tight pockets, but I think we're all expecting for the Europeans to clear this one.
Vete rápido allí.
Yo
¿Dónde estaba Blanca, más o menos?
Sí, más o menos por ahí. Si me dejan más pasado, no pasa nada. Tranquilo, porque esta está mejor.
¿No has pasado que más aquí?
Sí. Venga, va.
Yeah, they were just having a quick chat there because everyone plays the game a little different. So from the 8 to the 9-ball, certain players might not want the cue ball there.
That's a great point, Carl. Everybody has their own preference, style, and shots they prefer.
It's actually not ended up too bad there because he's just off straight, so he can draw the cue ball back up with a little low right, play it into that rail, and the cue ball will pull back up into a similar line to where it is now. Might not go that far. And then Alcaide will be playing.
Nicely set, Carl. Look how effortlessly he pulled that cue ball back.
Oh, yeah, that was absolutely perfect from Sanchez Ruiz.
Perfect it was. Sanchez Ruiz and Alcaide take